Yes, I'm not Cher. Let me explain what this means. Welcome, warriors. Please make sure you are subscribed to our channel. I'm always telling you I want to build healthy algorithms. I want to share good information you may not hear any other place. I want you to be in the know about everything to do with safety for yourselves, for your children, for families, and what our government, what our media may not and probably not are telling you. Okay, I'm not Cher. What does that mean? I just have to relay this to you. I really can't hold it in. I woke up today and I guess the algorithms on my Instagram, immediately when I opened it up, directed me to a picture of one Cher standing with Nicole Maliotakis. Now, if you don't know who Nicole Maliotakis is, she is a congressperson from Staten Island, New York. And most of you know I'm a New Yorker. It is irking me, and I'll tell you why. Do a little research on Cher. I think anybody can stand in a picture with anybody. Nicole Maliotakis, her caption was something like, standing with my all-time favorite entertainer, hashtag no politics. Let me tell you why this bothers me so much. Again, I believe everybody should do what they want, take all the pictures you want, but maybe, Nicole, you just don't want to post that picture and PO your constituents and other people like me. Now, I'm in New York City and I'm stuck with Jerry Nadler representing me. But anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Nicole Maliotakis. We have been working. Well, let's go back. Let's talk about Cher has said horrible, terrible things about President Trump. Cher has said repeatedly for years now, she's leaving the country. She's moving away. She has also said Republicans, conservatives, they're all horrible monsters. Things to that effect. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but I think you get the gist of all of this, and you can do some research about all of this because I don't want us to waste too much time on this. But here's why I am not a happy warrior right now. We have been working on something with Congress, a bipartisan children's safety bill called the Kids Online Safety Act, KOSA. We are into our third year with this bipartisan bill, right? It is sponsored by the great Senator Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee and Senator Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut. Republican, Democrat coming together for the littlest of asking for a piece of legislation to give a few guardrails to big tech. And when I say a few, I mean a few. Bottom line is basically with the Kids Online Safety Act, okay, big tech, okay, platforms, take a little bit of responsibility, put a few guardrails around your platforms so it's not left up to kids and parents. So we've been fighting tooth and nail for this Kids Online Safety Act. As I sit here today, lame duck Congress going into the new administration I guess we have about 8 weeks or so left. We are still pushing forward to get this bill passed. It has been extraordinary. 91-3 bipartisan support, almost unheard of, to get it through. Where are you, Chuck Schumer, all these people that we can put it on a schedule and vote on it? But let me get back to this Nicole Maliotakis. So a couple of years ago when we were all urged around the country to reach out to our representatives to do so, and I tried my hardest. I know I'm in New York City, New York State, but I reached out to, obviously, Jerry Nadler is having nothing to do with me, although I continue to reach out to his office. And this is all to get co-sponsors for the Kids Online Safety Act, the piece of legislation I just told you about that has bipartisan support. Then I reached out to Kirsten Gillibrand. Nothing from nothing there. Then I reached out to Chuck Schumer. I will say constantly getting emails back. Dear Ms. Shaw, we're well aware. We believe in freedom online. Paraphrasing again a little bit. I will say to that, I did wear them down once and have a Zoom session with Chuck Schumer's office with a legislative aide. And she was very interested. We spent a long time. And she said she would relay all the information to him. And follow up on that was nothing. I tried. but nothing out of that office. So I thought, let me broaden my horizons. You know, we need co sponsors on this bill. And I'll tell you exactly when this was. This was about a year and a half ago. It was a year ago this past summer. And my saint of a husband, I said, okay, we're going to spread out. We're going to go, visit some other people. Oh, this will be a no brainer. Female, Nicole Maliotakis, Staten Island, known as a conservative area. Let's take a drive over there. Let me make an appointment, which they gladly gave me an appointment, and trekked on a very hot summer day. Probably took about close to 2 hours to get there from the city. Staten Island, even though it's part of New York, it's like an island out in the ocean somewhere. But anyway, okay, go into the office. And here's the bottom line, because I can't even burden you with the details. The office was cold. I was made to wait. I brought in my little Warriors bag, which had some goodies in it, swag, as well as my Warriors cookies. I presented them with that, handouts. Nicole was in the office with, I guess, her right hand, her aide, with a notebook, but she didn't write anything in the notebook. She just sat there with a pencil in her hand. And I guess, everybody's given about 15 minutes. And it was just the coldest, in my opinion, rudest encounter. I had also sent along, information prior to the meeting. Didn't seem like anybody was up on that information, right? Upon leaving, I felt it was time to leave when Nicole started scrolling through her phone as I was talking and explaining about the Kids Online Safety Act. I graciously, when I gave her the cookies, she said, no, I don't eat those. Okay, well, maybe somebody in your office wants them. The point I'm trying to make here is then I left. And when I left, the message was, oh, okay. I said, and I'll send you further information. And again with the bipartisan. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, let's take a picture, because she has one of the step and repeats, and she takes pictures with everybody in her office. And I very nicely posted that picture, tagged her. She didn't repost it. I may not be an actual constituent of hers, but I'm here to say these people work for us, right? These are our tax-paying dollars. I will not be ignored. I will not be treated like that. In full disclosure, somewhat time later, she did sign on to the Kids Online Safety Act, and that is probably because fast forward maybe another year after I visited her, somebody in Congress pressured her. But the point I want to make is I go there open heart. It's not about me. It's not about the Warriors. It's about legislation for our children, protecting our children. Again, you work for me. You work for us. And nobody should be treated that way. And when I left the office, I also said, okay, well, she said, well, we'll have to look into this. No enthusiasm, no anything. She just loves a bunch of photo ops. I'm just going to say it because I see them on her Instagram. And I follow, you might say, why am I following her? Because I follow everybody I can follow in New York in the politics. I can't comment on things unless I see it for myself. I hear it for myself. I know about it myself. I don't trust anybody to tell me things. And I also said I will follow up with some more in depth as we move along, which I did with my emails. I've never had one response. So I'm here to say I may not be Cher, that woman that has repeatedly put down President Trump, the Republican Party, conservatives. She's moving out of the country. She calls people crazy, all kinds of stuff. But I'd be darned, Nicole, I address this directly to you, if I'd stand in a picture saying no politics at a time like this after what we've all been through in the last 8 years. That's what I'm going to say. And you know what, Nicole? Take your picture, but don't post it and PO your constituents and get them all upset, because the comments are very unkind. Why would you do that? You owe it to your constituents. You owe it to your people in New York. You don't owe anything to Cher. I find it a slap in the face. And this is part of the problem with Congress. A lot of them are more interested in posting pictures of a look at me. Let's post pictures of, oh, I don't know, some of the things we do at the Warriors. Very vulnerable mothers, grandmothers who need a bag of diapers for their kids, need a winter jacket for their kids, Those pictures we don't mind because you're helping the community that you're supposed to be working with. So I'm Not Cher. Take it as you may. I'd love to hear your comments in the body of this video. Always lynswarriors.org. Our hashtag is Community Creates Change. We honor this each and every day. Now, I want you to go out and be a warrior.